Hello good guys, welcome to my channel Let's Code with Kundan Kumar. Today I will walk you through the step-by-step process of installing Flutter on Windows using VS Code. Whether you are new to the mobile application development or looking to streamline your workflow, this guide will help you get up and running quickly. Let's dive in. So first thing first. So guys, if you are new to my channel and if you have not yet subscribed my channel, please you do subscribe and encourage me because you can see I'm lagging behind. I have just 805 subscriber. Please you do subscribe my channel, like my video and share. So let's dive into the session. So first of all, we should know what is the required application for the Flutter. So you can see first of all, we need to have the Flutter SDK, which is a mandatory because we are going to learn the Flutter application development using the Flutter framework. Then we need to have one of the ID. In this video, I'm going to use the Visual Studio Code that's called the VS Code. And if you want to also install the Android Studio, you can install, which is optional to this video. Might be this Android Studio is also another ID which will help you to do on the Android platform. You want to use the emulator virtual device, then you have to install the Android Studio as well. But in this video, I'm not going to install it. It is optional because installing the Android Studio need a huge space in your computers, at least 4 GB or 8 GB RAM in the latest Android Studio. And when you run the emulator of the Android Studio, which is called the virtual device, can slow down your machine. So I'm not recommending in this video to install the Android Studio, but in the upcoming video I will also show you how to install the Android Studio and integrate the Flutter framework in your Android Studio IDE. Okay, so in this video, this is a limitation I'm not going to show you. So now we need a Visual Studio, which is also optional. If you want to run the Flutter application on the Windows platform, you need to have a Visual Studio. Visual Studio is not same as a VS Code, guys. Okay, so first thing first, guys, let us download the Flutter SDK. So let's go to the where the Google. So I'm going to go to writing Flutter SDK. Click here, scroll up and down, look for locate Flutter SDK archive. Click here. When you go there, scroll down and locate the stable channel. Why do we need a stable channels list? Okay, this is because when you from the now you are going to become a mobile application developer. Might be your experienced guy, your intermediate, whoever you are. You need to download the stable framework of the Flutter, which can not which is very important, because when you are developing a mobile application, your application should not crash now and then. To avoid those challenges, better we should go with the stable channel of the Flutter framework. So I'm going to go use with the latest one. This is good practice to go with the latest one, but you are feel free to install any channel. Okay, so latest one will have the different kind of features and plugins components. Okay, so you need to click on this. So I will click on this over this. Once you click here, you will be directly to the download. So if you download, this will take some time based on the internet speed. So I'm going to not download. This is because you can see I have already downloaded this Flutter app. You can see. So just I have just canceled the download because I don't want to download, because already have downloaded the Flutter Windows this stable in advance. Okay, guys. So let us go there and to the download. You can see I have already the Flutter app here, Windows. So what we need to do, once you do this one, I'm going to extract. So we need to go and extract these files. So before extracting this, I will recommend you to you need to organize your all the Flutter related application or project SDK. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one folder here in the C, this PC. I have only one lower disk C. In the disk C, I may create one folder, right click, new. I create a folder. Let me write Flutter. Why am I creating this folder, this directory? Just to organize my all Flutter related project, SDK, etc. So I have created a Flutter folder. You can create any name of the folder like a source, src, your name, but it's not good practice to use your name. Flutter is dedicated word with the related to the Flutter. So in the Flutter, I can organize, I can create a different folder, like another folder I can create like a for SDK, to maintain the SDK. Since you said why we should maintain the SDK here, we have already in the download folder. Why should go there? Because download folder is a random folder I consider as location. In future you may delete this file by mistake. So it is good practice to keep in somewhere else, which is more safe, cannot be deleted accidentally. So I have put the Flutter here, and also okay, that is the one SDK. I put it. So I have created. So what I'm going to do now, okay. Also, I can create another project called the project folder, but I will do it later. Okay. So let me go to the download where my Flutter is there. Is Flutter. Right click on extract all, or you can go to the WinRAR, extract file, etc. Anyway, this you find a way to extract this Flutter this SDK. So I'm going to right click, extract all. Okay. After extracting all, you need to navigate because it's showing the users blah 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 download. So I'm going to select C in the C Flutter under the C Flutter SDK, and I select this folder. I'm going to, so my Flutter SDK is going to be extracted under this folder. So I'm going to extract. So this may take some time, guys. Okay. So meanwhile, what you can do, another application called the VS Code, isn't it? So since it is being extracted, you can see it may take time. So let us go to the Google and install the VS Code. So we can go to the Google. We can write a VS Code. We can do like the VS Code download. Then you can go for click on this first one. Then choose your choice of your operating system. Mine is the Windows. I am teaching in the Windows. You can click on this Windows. Once you click, thank you for downloading VS Code. You can see download has started. You can see here download has started, but I'm not going to download because I have already downloaded in advance. So I'm going to cancel it, but you don't cancel. You can see I have already downloaded this one. You can see here already downloaded in this one before. Just because I have it, I will show you. It is there available. You can see I have already done this VS Code. Okay. So since it is taking time, extracting taking time, so we can also we can start, because this is extracting, it is not installing, guys. So don't confuse. Okay. Extracting the file. So meanwhile, we can install our VS Code. So I'm going to double click on this, install it. Install, just read all the agreement, license agreement is good practice. So I'm going to accept the agreement, then click on the next, then follow the screen instruction. Now you can see, you can change the location, let it be by default location for me. Let me next. Now here you can create a desktop screen if you want to. Sometimes if you have written the code, you have a file, and if you want to open that file with the code, VS Code, you can select this one. If you want to show, you want to add this VS Code in the window, when you right click, you want to see open with, and if you want to add this VS Code in that open with options, then you can click on this one as per you, but I'm not going to do that. Next, click install. Now you can see installing, and same times is extracting. So I'm doing the two type because this is not installing, guys, because you cannot install two applications at the same time in the computer. So this is extracting. Meanwhile, the VS Code is ready. Okay, launch the VS Code. You can see, let the system launch. Once you launch, you can see here still it is okay, still 96%. You can see. So now you can see we have already installed the, what we can say, I will do next. I'm waiting for this extraction to finish. Once it is finished, you can see now extraction is done under the SDK. You can see under the SDK, let me go take you there. We had created a Flutter folder. Under the Flutter folder, we have created a SDK. This is a location I was extracting my Flutter SDK. You can see they have created another folder, by default Flutter folder. Inside the Flutter folder, you have all the Flutter SDK component you can see. Okay. So you can see here, we have another folder called the bin. So next step is that, which is a very important, guys. So let me show you why it is important. Let me open the CMD. I'm searching the command prompt. I'm typing CMD in the search, Windows search. Then you coming open as a run as a administrator. So now here write Flutter Doctor. You can see this Flutter Doctor. This Flutter is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program or batch files. This is because we have just now extracted the Flutter SDK, which is here under the C Flutter SDK and Flutter here, this one. We need to set the environmental variable, okay, path of this Flutter to be recognized on the command line. So how to do that? So we are going to first of all copy this bin folder. You can go up to the bin folder. You can go navigate. Let me go again. Click on the Flutter SDK. Under the Flutter, then locate the bin and then click over that and copy this one. Thereafter, you need to go different way to go. Let me go this way. Click on this PC, or you can also search here env environmental variable, guys. You can see on the screen. You can go from here also directly, or let me teach you different way. I click on this PC, right click on the properties, then you can see what is coming, advanced settings. Click on this advanced settings here. Advanced settings, this dialog box will appear. In this dialog box, you click on the environmental variable. Then you can go for user variable for the Kumar, or it means your username, and system variable. I'm going to set for both. So locate the path. You can see there is a path here. You can see the path. If this path variable is not available, you can create a new, you can create a path, then you can paste that one here. Okay guys, but I'm not going to do this one. Cancel it. Since we have already path, let us click on this and click edit. Now go down, click here. You can see these are path set. Click new, save it. You can see copy paste this one. You can see here down, and then click OK. Same I'm going to be the system variable. Why is the difference with the system user variable? Might be I'm not logging using the Kumar. I can log in as administrator, or I'm logging as another user. So I want to set this path for the whole system, that whoever log into the system can access this path. That's the purpose, what I know. So click on this, click new, save it, Flutter, OK, OK. Now what you need to do, OK, you need to see again, after setting the path, again I write Flutter doctor, but still showing the Flutter is not recognized. Why? This is because this command line was open previously, before setting the environmental variable. So once you set the environmental variable, it is a good practice to, let me close this one, it's good practice to close this command line and open again. So cmd, open as a command line, go here and write here Flutter doctor. This Flutter doctor is going to diagnose your machine in order to know what kind of tools, application which is required to run this Flutter or develop this Flutter application smoothly. So it may take time, okay, it may take some time. So just have a glass of water, have a juice, and have a cup of tea, and just observe the screens. For me, I'm going to pause my video for a while. So guys, you can see it, the Flutter doctor is already run. You can see there is a command exited with the code blah 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 git fetch tag. There is some problem in the fetching, the unable to access the GitHub, okay, GitHub. I will talk about this one. Might be this is okay. Let me talk now. This error, the red color you can see in the top on my screen, it may depends, it may not appear on your machine, it depends. Might be due to this network issues that I have connected with the, is weak, or my git is not available. So I will see, I will fix this issue later, or you can retry if this kind of issue comes. So let me talk about the doctor summary down. You can see Flutter is, a stable, is installed, blah blah blah, properly. Window version, install version of the window is version blah blah blah. Android toolchain, because I'm not going to talk about the Android, so that is a part of limitation of this video. I'm not going to work on. They're telling that the Android studio is not installed, okay, but don't worry guys, still your Flutter is going to work. Flutter project you are going to create. This is just saying that because in case you want to use the emulator, the Android emulator, so it's highly recommended to install the Android studio as well. But in the, if I find the time, I will also install the Android studio in the next video. I will be making the continue of this one. So let me go ahead and do another things, okay, it's good practice. So this is I'm ignoring this part, okay, right now. So let me retry again to check these errors, it can help or not. So I'm going to retry. So you can see I'm going to run the Flutter doctor again here and see what happens. Yeah, you can see this time all is well. That error didn't occur, the red color, guys, this time didn't occur the red color. Fine. So now I'm going to do what? We are going to next step. We have already installed. Now Flutter is recognized. You can see doctor summaries, you can see, and Chroma we have it to develop a web application. If you want to, the Flutter is one of the framework which can be used to develop a different kind of platform application like iOS, Android, web, window, etc., using the single code base. So they are saying Chroma is already available in my machine, which can be used to develop to test the web app using the same code. Okay guys, this is Visual Studio not installed. What is the use of this one? This will help if you want to use, you want to test the same app, same application, same code, to want to run as the window app, you need to have it. So this one I will install it, guys. You can see this is one of the requirement. You can see which is optional. If you want to run the application on the Windows to test, then you can use the Visual Studio. I will do it. So let me go there. So allow me to go to the open the VS Code. Since guys you open the VS Code as you please. Now I'm calling the welcome message. what you need to do, open the VS Code, because this is a VS Code is a lightweight IDE. What is the IDE? Integrated Development Environment. Meaning of this means which includes different kind of components which will ease our development process, like it which has a terminal. You can see this terminal which have a problem. We have also debug consoles. We have a also a kind of file we can create. It also have a run and all debug, auto debug, different things they have included in this. Even we have terminal, you can see. So different components are integrated. That's why it's called the integrated development environment. So now we need to install the some of the important the plugins extension in the VS Code, which will enable us to write a which will help us to debug your Flutter project, nothing but a Dart programming. So let us go right here, Flutter, search the Flutter. Okay, it may take time. So you can see the Flutter has come here. So guys, this is a Flutter, the plugins extension is we have need to install it. So once you install the Flutter, Flutter, extension, the Dart will be also installed. Dart, you can see the Dart here also. I've just the Dart is a programming language. Is Flutter is built on the Dart programming language. Okay? So Dart is just a programming language which is introduced by the Google. So we need to install the Flutter here. So please go and install the Flutter. We click here the Flutter installing. The Flutter is being installed. It may take some time. You can see the Flutter, the extension is already installed. Let us go and check there in the installed version. You can see I have installed the Flutter. Since I have installed the Flutter, guys, but see the Dart language also is installed. Plug extension are already installed, because this extension will help us to debug and compile your Flutter code. Because the Flutter code we are going to use is using the Dart programming language. So guys, we have done it. So now we are going to next is to create a Flutter project. How to do that? Because Flutter is there, so we can click here. What happened? Hey, come on. So we are going to Control Shift P. Control Shift P. You can just go to the, you can go to the also view. If you don't know the shortcut, go to the view, click command palette, look for the Flutter. You can see Flutter new project, click Flutter new project. They're asking what kind of Flutter project you want to create. You want to create application, okay, with descriptive comments and test, empty application without any comments and test, skeleton applications, modules, package, plugins, what kind of. So currently I'm creating a mobile application. So click on application. Now they're saying navigate. You have to navigate to your computer, means you have to navigate to your desired location of your computer where you want to organize your Flutter projects. So remember, at the beginning I told you it's a good practice to create your folder and organize everything Flutter related the application at one place. So you can see I had created folder in this Windows. You can see Flutter was the one. Inside that I have created a SDK folder. In this SDK folder I had extracted the Flutter SDK. So why I have extracted here? Because if you live in the download folder in the future, in case you have deleted all the download folder where you have already the Flutter SDK, and then it will miss. Okay, so it is good practice, it's good practice to organize all the Flutter related components at one place to not to be deleted accidentally. Okay, not to be deleted accidentally. So let's go and create one folder project here. So I'm going here, projects folder. In this project folder I'm going to organize all the project Flutter related. So okay, Flutter related. So I'm here, select this folder. Okay, select this folder. I'm there. Now they're saying click create a project name on that folder. So I'm going to create a Flutter project. So I'm going to say Flutter. So you can see Flutter. They're saying project name should be lowercase. So that's why intentionally I have typed it Flutter underscore demo. Click OK. Fine. Once you click OK, Flutter project is being created. You can see here. Now you can see your Dart file, main.dart. Dart is an extension of the Dart programming language. This ready-made code is available. This I consider this is a hello world program of the the Flutter project. When you create application, this is a default code is ready. So now it's ready. We will talk about all those code in the upcoming next video. What is the each and every line of this code? But you can see in this one, this is a file structure of the Flutter project, which also will talk in the upcoming videos. You can see they have created Android, Purpose, iOS, Linux version, Mac, web-based and window-based, because Flutter is a framework which is use the single-based code to develop a different platform application, iOS, Android, Windows, web app, etc. So that is what we have it so far, I can say. So now next job is to go and check this application to run. We need a device. So I have not connected any device here so far, just for the, we have not installed any Android emulator because virtual machine. I'm going to run this application using the web Google Chrome, or you can use your physical device. You can connect your device into your machine and you can connect it, but I will teach you in the next video. Let's go there. So now how to run this one? So you can go there and see, you can find it. So go there, click in the bottom right corner. You can see bottom right corner, you can see no device. Click on this device. You have available device. You can see Chrome, Edge and Windows, desktop. So I'm going to use the Chrome. I select the Chrome. Okay, select the Chrome's device. Chrome is selected. You can see the bottom right corner, Chrome is selected. Click on this run. When you're running this one, let's waiting for connection from debug services on Chrome. This is one way. You can see launching leave main dot file. This is a file is being launched. This is a code in the Chrome, on the Chrome, Google Chrome. It is in the debug mode. It may take a few seconds, okay, or sometimes it take long time. Okay, you can see your project has run. You can see progress run here. This is a title bar. This is a debug mode. This is what they are saying, the debug mode. This is a debug mode. This one, this is what they were saying, debug mode. This is a counter. This is a hello world. So this, I click on the floating button. This is a counter project. On click of this one, we use it. This is called the stateful visit. We'll talk about all the stateless visit or stateful visit in the coming, visits in the Flutter in the coming classes. Okay, in coming upcoming videos as well. So guys, you can reduce this one so to sense like it is a telephone, something like this. Fine. This is another way to run. Let me close this one. I can run another way also. I can open the terminal. See, I click on the terminal. If not coming, you can click here also in terminals. I run here, Flutter run, Flutter run. They're asking choose. So I'm going to choose two. You can choose the Edge. Edge is another web browser. To launching. You can see again it's launching. Different way to run this application. It's launches, guys. Okay, launches, guys. You can see still is working fine. So guys, this was the end of the video. You can see Flutter Doctor is showing that you don't have Android installed. You see this Android installed. You don't have even the Android tools, but still you can see your web application is running. Your Flutter application is running. So this video is for who? Those who does not have enough space in their computer and still they want to learn the Flutter application, Flutter framework. So you can install this. You can configure in your computer with the minimum space, like a small 4 GB RAM, fewer space of the hard drive, no much processors, etc. It can run. But in the coming video, I will teach you how to connect, how to install the Android Studio. Who are the students who have a bigger space, big memory, big RAM in your computer, they can use the emulator as well. They can have a real sense how to work on the Android Studio ID as well. So I will show you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much. May God bless you.